John 1, verses 1 to 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. John 1, verse 25.
It's a Mac named Mona Joe. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. It's a Mac named Mona Joe. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. Sitting at home when you're in your car. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. No matter if you get far. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. The best show this side of the sea. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. It's a Mac named Mona Joe. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. It's a Mac named Mona Joe. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. It's a Mac named Mona Joe. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. It's a Mac named Mona Joe. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. Sitting at home when you're in your car. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. No matter if you near far. It's a Mac man Mona Joe. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. The best show this side of the sea. It's the Mac Man Mona Show. It's a Mac named Mona Joe. It's a Mac Man Mona Show. It's a Mac named Mona Show. It's a Mac Man Mona Show. It's a Mac named Mona Show. It's a Mac Man.
And good, wonderful Thursday morning, grand rising to each and every one of you. This is the MacMan Morning Show each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock on the East Coast right here on Mac Media 3, Mac Media 3 Productions. We'd like to welcome our listeners on WRFU 104.5 FM in Champaign-Urbana. I'd like to say hey to Mika Light, who will be on this afternoon at 3 o'clock. WRFU for her wonderful broadcast that she has, Conversations with Delight, on Thursdays. Also, we like to welcome WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial in Holly Springs, Mississippi. We like to say good morning to each and every one of you. Would I say good morning to each and every one of our listeners that are listening in, whether you're here in our region or if you are wherever you are, we like to say good morning to you. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to Sharon Reed and to Apostle Anthony Reed and to Deacon Alvin Moore. I'd like to say good morning to you all. I'd like to say good morning to Candle Dessert Lounge. I know they on my back. They saying, Mr. James, you got to get everything together. It will be on tomorrow morning. We'll have our graphics and everything. It'll be up and going. We got some little work that has to be done, but it's going to be okay. Like to say good morning to Kevin and Samantha Ashley, our new friends here. We're working on a story that you need to hear about the Ashleys and the situations that are going on. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. We live in a day and time where injustice is everywhere. And what do you mean by that, Miss Mack, when you talk about injustice? I mean that there is, people have been reaping havoc, literally reaping havoc on this country. I can't speak to the knowledge or the understanding that people have about what government is supposed to do. I think that we had a good idea of it. Excuse me, that we had a good idea of it, that the government is supposed to work. It's supposed to work for the people. And we find in these days and times that is not so. this Thursday morning is interesting because of several factors. Congress and the Senate, who is in session, is trying their best to cut people off of Medicaid and Medicare, meaning stopping the funding of these social safety nets. People are going to have a difficult time in the coming months because we don't know. And this is the strange part about it. Our representatives are not saying much to us other than what they're saying, and they need to stick to their guns because why not? I mean, listen, if I have an elderly mother, and what I mean by, but my mother's 92, and I mention her often because of simple fact of the matter. She needs her benefits. We all do. She needs her benefits, and it is very important for her to go to her clinic appointments and to have the services that she's entitled to because she worked for them. Your parents and my parents worked for it. You're working for it. There are people that I know that are getting ready to retire, and they can't retire because of the uncertainty. One of my friends told me about their 401k is really a piece of paper now because it lost so much value. People are being laid off of their jobs everywhere, including the world famous Amazon, who we would thought that would keep hundreds of thousands of people. They're getting ready to cut their executive workforce, and then they're going down to the warehouses and eliminate a whole lot of jobs. So in essence, um, AI is taking over artificial. I don't even like the name because it's artificial. What is artificial? It is not real. Good morning to everybody that's here, even those of you that are listening in the bushes, our well wishers, and even those that know that may not be our well wishers. We're not worried about those folks because you're going to have them anyway. But back here to this situation that we have now. Not only there's total craziness that's going on in this country from the troops being in the major cities in America, uh, from him going down and giving bailouts to countries that are his friend, messing with Venezuela because they have the largest oil reserve in the world and his buddies want it. Who are his buddies, Mr. Mack? That's the oil baron. All them people that trying to, Amoco, BP, and all them that want that oil down there. He's just a lapdog uh, for those people that want the goods. They want the. That's what they tried to do with Africa. Africa has minerals, gold, diamonds, and precious jewels and things like that. And they went over there like here. You heard the movie Blood Diamond. Well, there's a lot of blood diamonding going on, especially with that black gold called oil. And he wants some in Venezuela and going down there messing with them people and trying to get their resources without paying them. So he's going to reap havoc. Another thing that this idiot is doing, and I'm calling it like I see it. This man has said now after 30 years of not testing nuclear weapons, this fool says he gonna start testing nuclear weapons just like other people. Now, Russia and China got an alliance going on. And this man has put us in a situation internationally that we have never been in our existence. We've always been a powerhouse as a country, even though it has not been perfect. I'm not saying nowhere is perfect, but then as we were living and being livable, and trying to live our lives, everything is being upset because and uprooted because this man refuses to. You got the job of president, but he don't know what to do. They also asked this man. They asked him. I ain't gonna call him a man right now. They asked him. They said, "Will you release the funds necessary to keep the benefits for people going?" Now, let me say this. He said no, he wasn't going to do it. There's $5 billion or more, some in a contingent fund, that they can continue these benefits until the end of the year. It was allocated already in some states already. They have the money, But if the mandate comes down from Washington and they tell them don't release that federal money, they can't release that federal money. Excuse me. There is right now a effort in the courts to block him. And from what I heard, and when I say I heard, what I've seen on the wires and the information that I received from my brothers and sisters in broadcast media, there is a effort that's being made to just seem like it's just an effort just to get his way. Now, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, this is why I've been trying to tell all of you, it is not about your color, although it is, because they're trying to come after everybody that they can. They came after the Hispanics. That's because they could. That's because, yeah, most of them or some, there are some Hispanic brothers and sisters that were born right here in America that they're trying to take their citizen. How can you take a citizenship away from somebody that was born here? If you're born here, you're a citizen of the country that you were born. If I was in China and my mother and father was in China and he's on the base somewhere and she delivers in that country, technically I became a citizen of China. I would have to apply to the State Department and say I had a live birth in another country in order for that child to get that designation as a U.S. citizen. There's a process that you have to go through. Now, we're not even talking about a process or going through anything. We're talking about people that were born right here in the United States of America. This man is trying his best ever since we can go way back to New York when he accused those young men of attacking that lady in Central Park and called for the death penalty, say that the country is going wild and people are criminals. Nevertheless, he's attacked. How many children have he attacked? Let's let that sit for a second. How many of those little girls on Epstein Island has he had? Why is he trying to keep the Epstein files? I mean, you're in a lot of trouble when you go to the extreme of talking about testing nuclear weapons and talking about blowing up other people up. You'll kill anybody to keep your name clear. And the people that voted for you have voters' remorse. Let's talk about voters' remorse right quick. Y'all, whoever put him in there from I got a chart that I was looking at. And they said that this man has that 31% of the electorate, 31, 34, or 30, and another 34, Vice President Harris. But there were 23% of the country didn't even vote, didn't even bother to get up or do anything. That's how that idiot won. If you sit back and not vote, you have no right, and you're eligible to vote, you have no right saying anything if you ain't get up and vote. What do you read? I mean, the man is saying he already trying to take away our citizenship. He's already trying to do things. People are suffering. And I'm not just saying, I mean, I know what it is to suffer in the family. I know what it is to have you got more bill than paycheck. I know what it entails when I'm a part of a family. It was 8 of us at one time at home out of the 12. And you had to 3 times a day, you had to feed your family every day, 365 days a year. It's a lot of pressure when you take away the resources from families that need it. There are working people that need food assistance. They got children. There are people that are older people that are on a fixed income, could barely get out of the house sometime. Thank God for those people that help out and do the things that they do. It takes a lot of effort to live and to survive. And this man is trying to take away. How could you sit back? Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, how can you sit back and allow this person, or think you could allow, sitting at home? This is what you do by allowing people to do what they do. You sit at home and you co-sign for it. That means you're in agreement with it. I can't stand when people sit there and say that this man was the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? You're crazy. You got to be. From day one, I knew he was a crook. His daddy was a crook. His daddy before him was a crook. Can't speak about his mama. His mama had to go along with it because she'd got cut off. But she said in an interview, Please, y'all don't elect him to nothing. The boy don't know nothing. This is his mama saying it in so many words, and I'm just speaking like how the boy ain't got no sense. He ain't learned or whatever the case may be, and yet and still in all, his father had to do something, had to give the inheritance that he had. It was a $400 million fortune that he had, not including all the buildings and the holdings that he had, and Trump squandered it from Atlantic City all the way to Manhattan. Shoddy businesses, shoddy building with the mob or whatever the case may be, just to get a cheap building up. The Trump Tower in New York he says is bigger than what it is, and all of this stuff that excites people. Why does people's stuff excite us? Why does it excites us to a point we ain't got no part of it? We don't have any hand in it. But my thinking and the way that I see things is this: brothers and sisters, we got to survive. And if your children are hungry, you gonna feed them. Can I get anybody to say something? Y'all quiet today, but that's okay. And I know that you agree when we get our phone line up and all these other things. I'm sure you'll be able to respond. But I want to know, for those of you that have children, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, whatever the case may be, and you got to feed your children. You get up and you go to Amazon and they told you, well, hey, you ain't got no job no more. You can go to your government job and the locks are on the door. You can't go in Clarksdale, Mississippi to get your appointments done or anything. You got to go further over, either to Batesville or to Oxford, which is miles away. You got to get somebody to take you there. Somebody got to wait for you and bring you back. Think about how that's feeling. Now let's talk about the food situation. I would like to commend the religious organizations, the churches, and the pastors. Two in particular, I'd like to take my hat off to in this region is Pastor Brenda Anderson of Living Word Ministries and Pastor Bartholomew Orr of Brown Baptist Church. And I want to say this: one is a bigger church than the other one as far as congregation, but the heart of the pastor is there. And I like to commend them for taking care of their memberships. If you I'm not trying to knock anybody, but churches, people, you've asked people for money. For this, that, sow a seed. Now it's time for the church to sow a seed back into the members. That means I don't know what you're saving for, what you're trying to do, or what kind of whatever you're trying to get on, or whatever the case may be, but congregation need help. There are people in the congregation that don't make mega money or whatever, or make six figures or seven or whatever the case may, not seven, but make enough money to make it. Look out for your people. Brothers and sisters, look out for your neighbors, the older people, the people that are going to have a hard time. If something doesn't break, and I'm saying that Congress ought to stand your ground. They're doing this because they know it's going to hurt poor people. That's the first ones that they go after anyway. They always go after the poor. They start with the blacks and the Hispanics. No racism. Then they get to the people that they consider poor. Okay. And a lot of us, we everybody trying to make it. But they come after, we always become the first victim. Are you crying racism? I don't have to cry it. It's right in front of your face. Look at the penal system. And I was talking to Mrs. Ashley talking about her husband and the situation that's going on in the penal system. Let me tell you all something. It is not a fair system. It is not, especially in this region. It's really broken down, and people's lives and their families have been torn apart. That's just part. That's why you need good state legislators to set the policies and to set the regulations to help. If it's the Department of Correction and Rehabilitation, how is it rehabilitation when you got people on top of each other? The food is horrible. They feed you worse than the dog. The dog wouldn't even eat what they serve. And the way that we treat people the way we treat people every day, we're going to have to give an account for it. Yes, that's a spiritual part. But then how could you say, this is the thing that gets me, y'all. How can you say we're not having any commercials? We won't have any until tomorrow. And I'm going 1 hour today, and we're going back to our full schedule on Friday. But let me get this out. You have to be able, ladies and gentlemen, to stand up for what's right. For once, stand up for what's right. We see what's going on. We see what's happening. Whether you live in Rhode Island, Mississippi, wherever you're living at, we have a crisis. I hope you all stand by and stick with us. We're here. I just want you to know, because some of us don't, some people don't look at the news. They don't know. And I'm not saying that mainstream news is so bad. I don't blame you. But then that's why when we come on the air, I want to make sure that you understand that, we're still in survival mode. I said that up front before we even started the year off. If that idiot got into office, we're going to see the handwriting on the wall. The man ain't been in there that long. The first 100 days, he was doing all the things that Project 2025 said that he would do. So that's one. There ain't no secret. Okay, you might not have been listening, but we told you so. Secondly, here we are almost at the midterms. But before we get to the midterms, let me come and swoop down where my cousins is and my folks is. Let's come down and let's swoop down into Mississippi where the home is. In the state of Mississippi right now, there's some special elections that are going on. And on Tuesday, November the 4th, will be election day in the state of Mississippi. There are state Senate seats and House of Representative seats that are up for election. That means that they did some remapping and they did some other things in one particular district, and they had to shift the map around a little bit, so it caused them to have this special election for this district. The minority district that was supposed to be designated as the minority district is District 2. I haven't said anything about District 2 because I don't know. I know the current senator that sits there, he resigned. He's not running again in the area, whatever his reason is, but they have a candidate. They have two candidates. The Democrats have one and the Republicans have one. Now, let me tell you about this here. I support the Democratic Party because it's the only mechanism that we have and the only mechanism politically that we have that are friendly to people that look like me. Y'all already know I've been in the toaster a little longer than most. The Republican Party refuses to acknowledge our very existence as a people. I thought in 2025 we would never get to this point, but we're here. And the state legislature, which authorizes and releases money from the government, are in charge of it. So if they are in charge of it, they have a supermajority in the House of Representatives down there in State House Representatives. That means the Republicans running everything. The Trumpites, that's what I call them. I don't know what the Republican Party is today. I don't know what they are, what they're doing. But this MAGA stuff is really it's destroying our country, but it will not completely annihilate it, because I know that the good people of this country is going to stop him. How can you say that you represent a country that is free and you sit back and you starve, and then you literally starving them because the jobs are closed down? All the things that thing said that he was going to do, he lied about it. We got $20 trillion you ain't got no 20 trillion. Do you know how much $20 trillion is? That means that we doggone near half of our debt is gone. I think it's 13 or 14 trillion or something that we got debt. That means our debt is gone. That means we don't owe nobody. If you got 20 trillion, this is what this fool said now. Listen to him. If we're $13 trillion in debt as a country to those that we owe money to, you mean to tell me that we're in a better position than ever, according to the president. Why is there any trouble about giving this money and helping? We can really start over and help everybody with, if you got 20 trillion, 20 from 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, that's $7 trillion left over. I count on my fingers. Y'all don't laugh at me. I count on my fingers. Okay, I'm gonna stop joking. 7 trillion with a T, not B, not billion, not million, trillion. That's a lot of dough. A trillion is a lot of, all of us a lot of dough. And you mean to tell me that if you got $20 trillion, this is what this fool said now, listen to him. And I quote him saying, we've collected from the terrorists $20 trillion. Well, that means you the richest country on it. We're literally, we hold the economy of the world then. And it's a lie. He's a liar. He's a liar from the time he got up and walked down or tried to roll down the escalator that did. It worked for him then because he operates it. But his own man hit the escalator at the United Nations. He got mad about it. He is a complete idiot. And those that following him, I don't know what, y'all the cult followers, because he could say that the sky is green and you know it's blue. Y'all will say it's green. His supporters will say, the great Trump said it's green, and you'll believe it. That's crazy. But look around your community. I don't care what genre you're at or whatever, wherever you live or whatever your standing is in life. Look around and look at your neighbors. Think about it when you're driving along at work or going to school or whatever you're doing during your day. Look out your window. Don't be just so nonchalant, but look around your area. And are you satisfied with how people are being treated? Are you satisfied in your household that you can make it and you can get through these holidays? These are the holidays they created, and now you're bringing more misery now because why? Children are going to be sitting there waiting for something. People are going to want to celebrate the nation sitting down with the Indians that they took the land from and put smallpox on them and killed them and took the land. They invited them to Thanksgiving dinner, gave them turkey and everything. And then it was the Indians that taught these people. They were getting ready to die around now in this time. And the cold season come around and that snow hit around that Plymouth Rock and stuff. It was the Indians that taught them how to build shelters. It was the Indians that taught them how to survive and to preserve food. It was the Indians, the original American citizens, that y'all took their land from and killed them. They tried to extinct them. But what you did not realize is when we got on the scene, when you brought us, I have no problem with it. I'm here. I'm not blaming nobody for being here. Those people's ancestors did some things. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm not trying to be nice about it as far as saying that it did not happen, but slavery is American history. Now, in saying that, are we still supposed to continue to live the way we fought in the civil rights movement? We stood up for our ground and we got what we needed. Now the man is trying to turn the clock and tell us that we're going to take you back, as that guy in South Carolina, Scott, says, that Senator Scott says, and he looks like me. And this fool says, and I call it right, this idiot says that segregation was better for people of color, black people, than it is now. That we live better then than we live now. Now, I had to look at that. We did. There was much unity. Families were together, but it was the dismantling of the black family. How did that happen? Well, let's go back to the food stamps. In order for a woman to receive public assistance, she could not be married. Or if you were married, your chances of getting it, or if you had somebody, a man in the house, or whatever the case may be. We go back to Claudine. If anybody know about the movie Claudine, if you don't know it, look it up. And brotherly hey to you, bro. I'm trying my best to we're going to have you back on tomorrow. We're unable to get him on because of the system malfunctions that they have. But I've been assured that we will be able to do all the things that we do on the McMahon Morning Show again, and it's going to be improved because I'm going to be doing some things to secure our signal. That's what I'm going to do. But then look it up. Look up Claudine. Look up Claudine. Claudine was a mother, like most, that worked as a domestic, as they call it. It's nothing but a maid. That's what they call it. A domestic, I'll put it that way, that went to various homes in the suburbs because there were lazy, well-to-do women that they couldn't cook or anything, take care of children or nothing like that. So they called in the reserves, which was my aunt, my folks, my aunts, my cousins, all these folks. They went to work for these people, cook their food and everything. How could you? And this is another thing that I couldn't understand. And it's the same thing about would say it's more of us than them, but they had control over us. How can somebody explain that to me? It's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of slaves versus 1,000 or so, or whatever the field hands were. Why didn't anybody do something? Because you know why? Psychologically, those of you that got those degrees in psychology and brains and stuff, and trying to figure some things out, no matter what, you're looking at a situation where people have been programmed to act a certain way, and the parents raise the children as such. I am one that is guilty of God. Diane Black is here. That's the senator from District 19. Come on, Diane, we got to go to work. I'll call you. I got some news for you. Let's go back now. As I was saying, if you had a man in the house, brother, you was in the house, and that lady asked for, and that mother, and you got children and everything, y'all trying to work and get things, y'all just need a little extra help. You ain't getting none. First, they told you get rid of him. Then they had the social worker that used to come around. She looked under the bed, went in the medicine cabinet, looked all up in your house like no search warrant, just looking around. But this was what they would do to check it out, see if it was a man in the house. Once the man was removed, dog mad, and y'all know how it go. We become public, everybody become public. It just shifted things. Men were going to work, steel mills in Chicago. They was at the stockyards and they were doing the things that they do and trying to make it for their families. A lot of us had, I might not have had my father in my house. We had men. And, you're working? Okay, yeah, put it on. So Diane Black says that she's in her place of business. And she has us on. That's right. We on television. It's television and radio. Television. You can hear my voice and see my pulsating picture in the middle. Pretty soon you'll see my face. And we're talking here. So they took the man out of the house, which left the mother to fend. She had to go to work. Not really. She wasn't like the ladies that they had the domestic. She couldn't stay home and be no housewife. There's no such thing. She had to go out and work and feed her children and her family. So in order to do that, she had to go wash toilets and iron and cook for people and all this other stuff. And not just my folks, but y'all's too. Y'all saw the help. I laughed at a picture that they had up, an emoji of that orange man eating the lady's pie. You remember the story in the help, and the lady said, "This pie ain't for you, Miss Minnie. It's for the other Miss Minnie's daughter." Oh, Miss Minnie's daughter thought she was all that. She had a domestic. That was her domestic that took care of her children. These women did not take care of their children. The maid was the one that took care of the babies, gave the affection and everything, was a surrogate mama because the mom was too busy being a socialite. The bridge club and the pinochle and all that stuff. And you make this and make that and do this, and you clean the house and got to wash the man's drawers and all that old stuff and clean up behind them. That's all that they wanted us to do, was be domestics. They didn't want to give an opportunity and a chance to let our parents go work down at IBM or give them an opportunity to go to school to get training. That came on a little bit later after my mother after my mother had began her career doing what she was doing, her working, what she was doing, they wouldn't let black women go to school. The CETA program, if y'all know anything about that, it was a national program. The CETA program was created to give us an equal chance at a better living. That meant that you can go to career school, you can go to trade school. They would pay you to go to school. They would pay for your bus fare or whatever the case may be, gas money or whatever the case may be, just so that you can make it. And the Democrats did that, not the Republicans. It was the Democrats that did it. Roosevelt and the rest of them, Kennedy and Johnson, did these things to open up the way so that we can have an equal chance at society and living. And these were the stipulations. If you got public assistance, no man. Okay, now the man out the house. Now, they regulated you and told you that if you don't do certain things, or if you make a certain amount of money over that 825 or that 330, it was $3.35 was at the time of me starting to work. That was the minimum wage. If you made anything over the below whatever they called the poverty line or whatever the case, you could not get those benefits. So our parents had to do the things to help us to survive. In 2025, there's no way that we should be living or even beneath where we are today. Let's do some traveling, and let's start with where in our region here. Let's go down to the Delta of Mississippi, which still looks like a war zone, which still looks like a bomb dropped through it in most of the parts. If you go through the Delta, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. It seems like certain people have advanced. It seems like certain people got the benefits. It seemed like certain people have a certain status, even above. We got status above ourselves and got our nerve to look down on people because we got a bigger house or we got a nicer car or whatever the case may be. And we have that class system in the black community. Y'all know we do. The well-to-do, the ones that get the all-stars, and we had K-Swiss or some kind of something, what, kegs or something. We had to go to Payless, and y'all don't know nothing about Payless. Had to go Payless, get your shoes, and we got a new suit every year, whatever the case may be, but we weren't in the bougie black crowd. There's a bougie black crowd, too, just like there's a bougie white crowd. There's a bougie black crowd that think that, and they're the bougie black people are the ones that are in power right now. Mm-hmm. You bougie people, you'll turn your nose up at folks, but sure as election time come, you sniggling and grinning in people's faces, and you're doing everything. And then you want us to support people that is not trying to pull us up out the situation that we're in. We're turning back slowly. If they give this idiot an opportunity to do it, we'll be worse than the 60s. This man is trying to make sure he hits our pockets. They know that the leading holidays in my community, that is Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. I left Father's Day out because they don't celebrate it. I ain't going there. But Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. These are the major holidays that mean something to us. Memorial Day and Labor Day, you know, those are the barbecue days, and you have a beer or two or whatever. 4th of July, you pop firecrackers or whatever. But these are the time now here we are leading up. This is November. The year is going fast. Halloween tomorrow. God help us. Candy prices is up too. Did you see the candy prices? Okay, y'all might not have saw. Cocoa is up. They can't make cocoa like that. Where does cocoa come from? It comes from the Amazon or one of those places that it grows. You can't get cocoa to make chocolate and candy. The candy that you're getting ready to give out, give it. And then be nice to the kids too on Halloween. Give them a little extra. You know, it's a little rough. Let them have a little fun. Throw a little couple of extra pieces of candy in the bag. Don't give them no trick now. Y'all don't mess with them. And I know that a lot of lights are going to be off in the neighborhood because people simply cannot afford a $21 bag of candy. And if you got to buy 3 or 4, you got to spend almost $400 to get, let's say, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. To get 10 bags of candy, that's what? Wait a minute. 10, 20, 30, 40. Wait, that's 2, 4, 6. Well, you be paying a whole lot of money for trick or treat. Christmas is, no, not even get to Christmas. Let's get to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of our top holidays in our community because we get a chance to eat. Our families come from all around and we have a big spread. Because of what's going on now, there are going to be fewer and fewer of those celebrations because there are no resources. Now, it's hard enough, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, going through what we're going through. And right now it is 9:40 a.m. in the Central Time Zone. Grand Rising, good day to all of you all that have joined the Magman Morning Show. We're still here. We ain't going nowhere. It behooves me as I look at this, what is the solution to our problem? Or what is the solution? What are we going to do, Miss Mac? You can say this, and yeah, they got the bougie fee people and then this and that, and we got class. There's nothing wrong with having stuff. There's nothing wrong that we can go to the store. Why are you knocking us? Because we can go to the shopping center and live our best lives and spend all the money and all of our credit cards and everything. Who are you to tell us what to do and what not to do? Well, you better listen to this. You better save you some money, because things are really getting ready to take a turn. It's bad to a point now that if this is it shut down? Is it because America don't have no money? On you? If you don't do such and so, I'm going to blow up every fishing boat in Venezuela's waters if you don't give us that oil. A bully, just like they did the Indians. Thanksgiving ain't had nothing to do with them. They ain't know nothing about it. They came from raggedy in England, and America was the best place they ever, even though it was woods and everything else, the best place they ever could have started something new was right over here. And they came with the same mentality that they have now. We're going to take everything that we want. And they ain't going to do nothing about it. Then we're going to bring the slaves over here. They're going to cut all the trees. They're going to build our cities. They're going to pick our crops. They're going to wash our tails. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. So they had us here because they're lazy. Why would you call me and my folks lazy? I'm not dissing white folks. Don't get me wrong. I ain't trying to go there. I'm trying to give you a scenario of what's happening. You diss us. We built this country. My ancestors and folks, I ain't going for it. They gonna have look, let me tell you something. I'm not going to a field. I'm not gonna be nobody's slave. I'm not gonna bow down to nobody but God. And if they don't like it, well, it's on. I may not get you, all of you, but I'm gonna be in the number. You better believe me, you. I'm not going for it. I'm not bowing to no king. Ain't no king but God. Ain't no king but Jesus. And that's who I'm going to bow to. Now, back to what I was saying here. As we look at this scenario with the people that live in our own community, we got racism right there in our own community, and it ain't about color. It's about class. Oh, I got out. You got to work and pull yourself by your bootstraps. Well, you know, there are some people that are out there working. There are people out there. 1 in 8 Americans is about to lose their benefit. 1 out of every 8 of the citizens of this country is about to have a hardest time. And who is it? Who are the people that have the hardest time? Who are the people that are scandalized and talked about? Oh yeah, this is the Magman Morning Show, and I got to bring it out. Okay, and don't get mad at me. And I got some people that don't look like me that are listening, even in the bushes. So they know now I'm not offending or trying to be offensive, but we got to put a lid on the line and let's see what the elephant in the room looks like. This elephant, which is a Republican, they got the right thing, and I said the right metaphor. These people really think that they really think that they can eliminate us. You can do that with the Mexicans and the Hispanic people. They got no choice in the matter. I got a choice in the matter. You come after me, I guarantee you're gonna have a problem. And everybody that's under the sound of my voice everywhere, they ought to have a problem with you too. The only way we're going to stop this demagoguery and stop this oligarchy with these rich people that are controlling this idiot up there is to vote his tail out and anything that's like him. This is the Magman Morning Show. It is now 9:45. We're going to go about 15 more minutes. I got a little something that I need to announce. Let me go grab my notes. But in replace of our usual commercial, I'm just going to take one quick intermission. Y'all go get you some coffee or something real quick. We're going to take a 30-minute, not a 30-minute, a 30-second break real quick, and we'll be right back. You're listening to the MacMan Morning Show. Y'all just stand by. I'll be right back. All right, we're back on the MacMan Morning Show. It is right now. It is 9:46 in the a.m. We're here at Central Standard Time. We're here at the MacMan Morning Show. I just stepped away for a couple of seconds to grab my notes and to let you know some things at the that's going on. For those of you that are in the Jackson, Mississippi area, and if you're anywhere near the Capitol, I want you to go by the Capitol because U.S. Senate candidate Priscilla Williams Teal will be there in a press conference. And in this press conference, she's going to be discussing several things pertaining to the shutdown and the situation here in the dire need here in the state of Mississippi. All of this goes along to all of this is tied in together. We've never been in a position like this as a country, and we got to do something. And the saving grace, and I'm going to say this, if we're going to get this man out of here, you're going to need the black vote. I know y'all sick of me saying it. I'm going to say it again. Without our vote, ain't who's going to win? We got the block. Who's going to win? Mississippi. We got about 46, 47% of the voting population is black. Get off y'all behind and go vote. You got one other opportunity to go. I think it's Saturday is the last. It's Saturday. I don't know. I think it's Saturday, the last day for you to vote absentee. If you know you're not going to be in your area, vote early, or if you got early voting in your community or your state or whatever the case may be, that goes for Illinois all the way down here to the South. If you got early voting of some kind, go and vote right now. Take your senior citizens. If you can, get a van, a bus or something, churches, get your vote. It's time for us to souls to the polls again. Get your people together, get them lined up and get them on their list. And we need every vote that we can. Not just that. We need poll watchers because believe it or not, even in these little elections and the slick stuff that they're doing, even in the Democratic Party, I'm going to get to that part in a second. Because I'm really, really upset about the things that I've been hearing, and I'm going to just bring it out. That's my job to bring it out. Please go out and vote. Please, folks. It is very important. I wouldn't care. Our life do depend on it. And I used to get mad when people say our lives depend upon this, but truly, our lives will be turned upside down if we allow anything that looks like that fool get back in office. I don't care whether whoever it is. I don't want to see nobody in leadership that talks or act like this person. Because anytime you try to separate a people because of color, That means we know where you're coming from. We did nothing wrong but built this country. We did nothing wrong but gave free labor. But now we have an opportunity to participate in this government and in this country like regular citizens. Now everybody's pissed off. You want to stop every way, every mechanism to get us to easily vote. You could vote online. We do it for American Idol and all your other popular shows. We can have a controlled system where the vote could come in. Early vote, mail in, give me a ballot, let me send it back. Or whatever the case may be, in a secure way. When they had the boxes out there, when they beat Trump the last time, he's trying to dismantle everything that he lost from. Now he's thinking, I'm telling you, if he can find a way to manipulate the Constitution, and but then let's look at it this way. Here you got a man at 39% approval rating. That means he's drowning. He's under the water, so nobody like his ass. Secondly, okay, nobody likes him, right? It's going to take 2/3 of the state, 2/3 of the states to ratify any constitutional amendment. It ain't going to happen. By the numbers, it isn't going to happen. Okay, it has to be ratified by each state. Who in the hell want him to be leader of anything? Your knees is swollen, your ankles look like elephants, your hand look like somebody put a mallet to it and bloody. You can't walk, you halfway can't see, your hair ain't growing, you got a comb over. If you comb that hair back, it's a bald head up there. He flips, it's a comb over, that's what they call it in New York. It's a comb. He put the hair that's on his neck, he puts it on top of the ball, and it's growing, and it looks nasty too. Look like he's a grease ball. It just, have y'all ever seen his hair? He can be Halloween. He's scaring everybody. He's the trick or treat. He's the monster out there. He the Jason, and he's sitting there smiling. He can't even smile right because he's evil. Okay, you want to scare the children into that? Put the Donald Trump mask on, and don't come here though, because you might get hurt. But put your Donald Trump mask on, because that's what we living in, trick or treat Halloween. And he's getting all the treats and we getting all the tricks. Don't be a trick. Tricks is for kids. Okay, and we ain't no kids. We're trying to make it. This is the McMahon Morning Show. Once again, we want to thank all of our listeners on WRFU 90, not 90, they're going to get me. WRFU is 104.5 FM, and it's located in Champaign, Illinois, and also to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial in Holly Springs, Mississippi is simulcasting. They have our license until 2026. We'd like to welcome all of our listeners and viewers around the country and also around the world, to our brothers and sisters that are in the armed forces in Japan. We know that the Orange Man was over there. I know y'all was nervous when he got over there. And the Prime Minister of Japan, I don't know why she lying that she's going to nominate that for a peace prize. He ain't getting it, ma'am. He ain't going to get it. I don't care who asks for it. He ain't going to never get no peace prize for nothing, because he don't stand for what the award is for. Now, wait a minute here. Okay. Y'all don't message me now. Please, not now. I'm sorry. I can't answer right now. I know y'all got a question or suggestion or something like that. I apologize for that. So now this is what we're going to do from this day forward. I'm going to come back on this whole weekend. That is including Sunday. I'm going to have special broadcasts because because our system will be up. We got a lot of making up to do, and I'm going to run our show on Saturday and Sunday. This is the first. I'm going to broadcast on Saturday and Sunday. And the announcement will be put out, but we got a lot of work to do. There are people that need to come on, and we have our candidates that are going to be coming, those that the McMahon Morning Show endorses. That's my endorsement. That's not yours. That's mine. These are people that I want to bring on to let them talk to you about what is going to happen. Is government the answer? Not to all problems, but we need our government in order to function, and it should function for everybody. All right. Now, let me see. I had a little news here. Well, let me just say this. Let me say good morning once again to our senatorial candidate, Priscilla Williams Teal, who will be at the state capitol this morning at 11:30 for a press conference, and she's going to be going over the recent events that are happening and the solution of what we need to do to get ourselves in a better situation. We got to vote, folks. So this press conference is going to be this morning at 11:30 a.m. at the Mississippi State Capitol on the South Steps. That's the big steps over there. The South Steps, 400 High Street in Jackson. And she's going to be talking about the food bank closures, the depleted supply, the food banks. Their shelves are bare almost, and they need the support, folks. We got to help each other through this situation that we're in. Also, she's going to be talking about the SNAP benefits and what's happening in DC and some other updates that she's going to be given. I had a conversation with the senator this morning. Oh, I'm putting it in existence, and she's ready, and she's battle ready, and she's ready to do what she has to do. We're also going to try to get a statement from Justin Crosby and from Senator Jackson, State Senator Jackson, and to our new state senator that will be in District 19. We're going to ask them for just something written that they want to send it in to us, and we're going to be putting it out this weekend. Nothing fancy, just what your view is and how do you feel about what's getting ready to happen in our country and in Jackson. Let me tell you something, folks. It's going to be a battle down there come this next session, and the Mac Man is going to cover it. You better believe me, you. Oh, they're gearing up right now. I heard something in the winds about well, I ain't going to tell y'all that part. I'm going to keep that for the weekend. Y'all tune in to the Mac Man weekend show. You know, Steve Harvey have his weekend show. You know, he's on daily, but he have a weekend show. So we're going to do our weekend show start. It may work out for us. Let's see if it works out for us. And I believe that it will. Our system will be back up and running on tomorrow morning. Our system will be up on Halloween. We're going to be up and running, and our commercials will be back. We'll be able to do everything that we need to do. I have their assurance. I'm tired of people think I can't be suing nobody and everything. I ain't got time to be suing nobody. Diane, I got you up here a whole show, Jesus, but that's okay. That's our state senator. It's not easy doing what we do, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to plead. Whosoever will give, and your gifts are appreciated. Are welcome and graciously appreciated. Whatever you decide that you want to give. I got a listener that sent in a donation, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it was right at that time was the best that she had. It doesn't make a difference whether it's $1, if it's 10 or whatever. If God really touched your heart, you can send. I take some anyway. I'll take it to help us out to do what we do. We're not begging, we're not pleading, but then I believe that our audience is of such that it will support us. The Mac Man Morning Show is getting ready to take a dramatic change for the better. We're getting ready to get our new season up and going. Our graphics, everything is going to be up and going real soon. And it's thanks to everybody that has supported us. Do everybody support us in kind? No. Do you have some hiccups when you're trying to help people? Have you been stabbed in the back? Yeah, I have. Yeah. But that's not going to keep me from doing and pursuing the goal that we're set out here to do at Mac Media 3 Productions. We're going to help all the businesses. We're going to put your stories out, and there's going to be new guidelines for me putting a story out. It takes a lot of work to do what we do. And next week, we're going to have Samantha Ashley is going to be coming on along with there's a guest that's going to also be coming on after them. And we're going to have to break it down into 2 shows, I'm pretty sure, because I gave my word to the Ashley family that I would advocate on their behalf. I'm grateful for you even thinking about us, we will put your story as we're working on it. We're putting your story together. But when you ask me to, I know that people don't have. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to break nobody's bank, but it costs a lot to do the researching, to pull the records, uh, and so forth. So if you come to me and ask me for my help, be willing to help me to help you. And it's going to take some. I'm not a private investigator, but I know a lot of people that'll help us out in the situation. The McMahon Morning Show belongs to the people. And we're going to do that we do news, information that you can use, information and inspiration. And also on next week, this is a programming note and it's 10 o'clock. I'm almost through. I said I wasn't going to stay long, but give me about 5 more minutes. On next week, we got a lineup that's going to be great. We're going to put the lineup out. And like I said, because the election is real close and they hit us in the controls like they did this whole weekend up until starting this weekend from Saturday all the way Tuesday. I'm going to be on live Tuesday, more than likely. Most of the day, I'm going to come in, I'm going to come out, and we're going to get reports from around the region and the different places that are having elections, and they're going to tell us how things are going. Also, we got a new advertising package. I cannot at this rate advertise like I've been doing. I've been nice and overly nice with our customers, and I'm going to continue that same service with them. So the agreements that we have in place, those are your agreements, but no one else can get those agreements anymore because we cannot continue to go forward like we're doing and we're in the toilet. And I don't do anything half done. And I ain't going to the toilet because that's not where I go. Only thing that goes into the toilet is what the orange man looks like. And he looks like a bunch of it. And we're not worried about that. So help us out. If you want me to do a story, and I'll do it, but it's going to take me some time to research it. I'm not just going to jump up there because you tell me something and not do my research like I did with the Ashley family. I did my research. And when they brought it to me, what they brought was accurate. You got to have receipts when you go and broadcasting and doing the story. You got to have receipts. Okay, you can't be going out there lying on folks and this and that. I ain't got time to be up in court. But when I say something, I want a person to come back and say, okay, you did such and so and this and that. Set me straight. But then if I got my facts right, come on. And let's put the facts up against the lie that some folks have. So that's good. We're going to have some remarkable guests on, and Republican and Democrat. I ain't with all that division. If you're a Republican and you want to come on, come on. I like to know why you with the orange man like you are. If you're a Democrat, I want to know what y'all did with that $600,000 that was supposed to be for the local elections, such as state rep, mayor, alderman, and the local races that happened here. Oh, yeah, it was $600,000 the Democratic Party sent to the Democratic Party of Mississippi. I'm not knocking no leadership there. I know some folks there. But then y'all know that y'all got this money. I'd like to know what y'all did with it. Now, the Democratic Party chairperson said they sent $600,000, six figures, $600,000 to the state of Mississippi. That's what the chairman said. The national chairman, not the state chairman, but the national, not the local. I got some problems with some of these local. Let me say this. Don't call yourself a Democrat or anything else or for freedom loving people if you're not going to be for the people. Okay, so I ain't got nothing to say to you. If you're a Republican and you for the people, I'm for you. If you're a Democrat or independent or whatever your party is and you really for the people, I'm with you. I'm with Priscilla Williams Teal. And let me tell you why I'm endorsing her. This is a woman that has been through the things that we're going through right now. She can attest to and can say, I know what you mean because she's been there. She didn't have a silver spoon in her mouth. Her parents and her folks are not big fundraisers or big bougie people to a point that they go with the upper echelon of people. That's why I got problems with certain candidates that are running. And let me tell you why. You can't talk to people any kind of way. People are working for you and out there in them streets, knocking on them doors, dodging them dogs and dodging them Klansmen and everything out there, trying to get the vote out for you. But you got the nerve to turn your nose up like people. This is a candidate that I'm talking about. And if you know who I'm talking about, I don't care if you don't like it. You can't talk to any and everybody like you. And you know what they did? They pulled the switcheroo on them. The NAACP is a nonpartisan organization. I'm throwing this out here. Y'all don't understand. They are not the Democratic Party. They cannot say this, that, or the other, that we're going for the Democrat or we're going for the, that they can make an endorsement or whatever. I don't know if they can or not, but they can't interfere in, they're nonpartisan. So what they did was they got this flyer that's going as a door hanger that they got out now with both candidates on them. And they say, you choose your candidate. Now, if you've been informed, you know which candidate you're going to choose. But don't get out there like you all of that and that you've been just this, you this great vote getter and this and that. You better get out there and hustle your butt off and get these votes because the Republicans are coming for that district. And you know who I'm talking about. Y'all put all this money behind this one person that's not qualified. I saw and got figures. I'm not talking about you, Diane, or anything, or anything that, or anybody. I'm not saying that. Diane Black is on the up and up, folks. She's taking the resources that she has and she's putting it on the street. There are some candidates from the coast to all the way here, and all the way north, from the tip to the bottom, that is not doing right. Y'all got the wrong candidates. I can't support somebody that has never supported me and look down on me like I'm not nothing. You ain't nothing. You need my vote. But everybody is beneath you. I'm not voting for no arrogant man or woman, black or white, yellow or orange. That is not going to stand up for the people. You might as well go sit down somewhere. Thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars have gone into certain people's coffers and they ain't doing nothing. You can put your money on the wrong horse and you're going to lose. If you don't, this is the McMahon Morning Show. Challenge your office holders. Challenge your public servants. You work for us. We don't work for you. They turn it around like we work for them. Now, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, get attached to a campaign of some kind. Get out there and do your part on your block. If you get on your block, if you got 25, 34, if you got a 35, 40 houses on your block, go and knock on your doors and talk to your neighbors. If you can, if you that type of neighbor. Now, if you one of them bougie neighbors or one of them neighbors that give people hell and things like, don't go to folks' house knocking on their door because they don't like you. Because you don't like yourself when you cause them havoc. But start right where you live, in your family. Find out who's not registered to vote in your family. I'll send you voter registration information. If you're 18 years old and living in your mama's house, you need to have a voter. You tell them people, are you registered to vote? You living in here, you got to be registered to vote. And you better go vote. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, it is time out for the bull jive. It's right now 8 minutes. I took 8 minutes now. So we're going to be here this weekend. The weekend McMahon Morning Show, weekend edition for Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be live here on the air. If you want to join us, join us. But we got a lot of work to do, folks. In Illinois, Meredith Hammer, the next judge of Sub-Circuit 17, I know you're going to win. See, let me tell you something. When you got a good organization and you trust the people that you're with, and you give the people that are working in your campaign an opportunity to do the work that they need to do, you'll be successful too. I thought somebody needed to know that. And Meredith, and to Commissioner, wait a minute, hold on. Commissioner Kiana Belcher of District 5 of Cook County, you gonna win. Come on now. Miss Teal, we rooting for you. I ain't naming nobody else now. I ain't gonna go there because they get nervous and they say things. But you gotta have the organization. You can't get nothing if you're not organized. Second thing,
Give to these candidates. If you got $5, do you know that President Barack Obama won and had the support that people were giving him dollars, $5 and $10 donations to get? If we can get, I'm challenging right now, and I'm going to do this on Friday and on down, that I'm going to have the information of these candidates that you can give. And it isn't the amount that you give, but help them. There's a kid that gave me, one of the kids, the little gentleman that comes on and reads the scripture every morning, sent me a $5 donation. Now he was on. I promised him. I said, your voice is good. You studied and everything, and he reads the scripture. I lead every broadcast with a scripture, because for God I live and God I die, and I stand on the rock of God. That's me personally. So in all my doings, I'm going to acknowledge him. Now we got that out of the way. I am here for the people. Now I'm a little, you say, are you a little not biased, but I am black. Y'all knew that already. I know y'all knew that already. I'm black. So when I go there and I try to help my people, I get on them too. I'm disappointed, Clarksdale, Mississippi. I got an email. I love everybody over there. Now, y'all my people and everything, but y'all get this straight with them salaries over there. If you know you ain't got you got less than 15,000 people, there's no way in the world that you should be making over $100,000-$200,000 in a job. What job do you have that you got to pay 200? That you got a salary at $200,000 or more, or something like that, or even whatever the case may be, and you ain't doing. Now, I'm commending Commissioner Earl over there, and Mayor Payton, and all of you all that are there, all of the people that are on the board that are doing what you do. Yeah, but y'all check yourselves, because they putting it out that y'all betraying them. I'm just telling you the truth of what they saying. Tighten up the ship and get it together. You either get it together or leave the office. Let somebody come in there with the heart of the people that can take those resources at their disposal and help our people. Stop because poor people is big business. Homeless people are big business for these organizations, you churches and everything that get this money to help folks. It's big business. I don't want to be a part of that big business. Why can't we help people? It shouldn't be nobody outdoors. All these buildings, all these places, all these things that we can do, that nobody should be out of a job that wants one. Now, there's some people that don't want to work. There's some people that don't want to do anything. Now, I ain't got nothing for you, but for that, you got to do something to survive and to take care of yourself. So we're going to talk about that too. And we got our new investigative report that's coming out next week with the Ashleys. We're going to be talking to every candidate that I can find. I'm dragging them on here. You need to make your last stance before November the 4th. We're going to be barnstorming all over. And I just like to say hello to Kingdom Reapers Ministry in South Carolina, who was so gracious to me when I was there, and the wonderful pastor and his wonderful wife, and the wonderful congregation that really welcomed me. It was really nice to be treated that good as I was. I really appreciate you and all of you all there. Thank you all for tuning in this morning. Be sure on tomorrow, we're going to have everything up and running. You'll see you'll see your commercials and all those other things. I got to take care of my clients and everybody. We're going to try to do our very best this week, starting this weekend. What is this? Starting this weekend and on into the election on Tuesday. All right, now it is right now 14 minutes after the hour of 15, almost after the hour of 10 o'clock. This is the McMahon Morning Show. Grand rising to all of you. Got to get to work today. We're not going to stay on long. We only got about 5 minutes, so I'm going to go on and let's sign off right quick. Be here. Please tune in tomorrow, and you'll see that we have risen from our troubles, and StreamYard is going to release our controls. They're going to do it. It's an internal problem. We got it though. They got it. And we'll be back on. Brother Lee Mack will be back with us. We'll get him back. I know he's about to beat me down. Brother Lee Mack will be back with us. We just couldn't get him on because the system wouldn't allow us to do it. And I'm not going to have that problem anymore because I got something for StreamYard. They think they're going to milk us dry and make us do all this and pay them to do stuff. And it ain't going to work. So, all right, now we're getting ready to get out of here. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I want to thank all of you for your prayers and for your contributions. Please consider making a gift to the MagMan Morning Show and Mag Media Productions so that we can carry forth and carry on in the mission that we set out to do. This is a mission to help our people, to inform you on what's going on. News, information, and inspiration right here on Mag Media 3 Productions. We'd like to thank all of our listeners at WKRA 92.7 on our FM dial in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and to our northern neighbors up in the north in Champaign, Illinois. We'd like to say hey to WRFU 104.5 FM. I've always wanted to say that. 104.5 FM. That was one of my favorite stations back in the day. I thank all of you all for being here. We'll holler at you. Hey, Diane, tell your customers I ain't mean to talk all that stuff and everything, but thank you for being on. Y'all go by and you see Diane out there campaigning. Y'all carry some water, give her $1 or $2, you know, and shake her hand and everything. Pray for her and everything. And Reginald Jackson, Senator Jackson, I'm trying to get you on, buddy. You got to come on and say hello to us. And I'm trying to reach, and I'm going to put this out here. I know he's listening. Representative Tracy Rosebud, it's been past due, bro. You need to come on here, and I want to get your perspective too. I know he's one of my Bush's guys. He's busy doing what he's doing and doing what he's doing, but I just wanted to shout out to him and his wonderful family and everybody. All right, we're getting out of here. Y'all be good. Remember the affirmation each and every day that we say. You don't have to be jealous of nobody, because when God gets through blessing that other person that you watching, guaranteed God got enough to bless you. We'll see you on tomorrow on the MagMan Morning Show.
It's a